Sustainability is more than just a buzzword. It's a crucial component of ethical marketing that resonates deeply with consumers. For marketing professionals and brands committed to ethical practices, understanding the nuances of sustainable marketing and avoiding greenwashing is essential. In this podcast, we discuss 3 different blogs, all related to sustainability marketing best practices. Let's begin the podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Janice Klein's Marketing Manager for AOE. And today on the podcast, I have Kari Moosmann, AOE Account Manager and AOE's Sustainability Practice Group Leader. The topic this week is sustainability and marketing. So this podcast will cover 3 different blogs that Kari wrote: Understanding Greenwashing, Best Practices for Authentic Sustainability Marketing, and Sustainability Marketing Strategies. So welcome, Kari. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Janice. Nice to talk to you.
So today we're going to start with, the first blog we're going to start with is greenwashing. So greenwashing is a term we have all heard, but remind our audience what it means, who controls it, and why it's dangerous.
Yes, greenwashing is actually defined as the act of misleading consumers about the environmental benefits of a product or service. And this is important because the practice can severely damage a brand's reputation and trustworthiness. So, along with understanding what greenwashing is, it's important to know who controls it. Inside a company, it's the leaders, marketers, legal teams, and operations. And they all should be getting together to collaborate on their message to prevent greenwashing. Marketers, therefore, should be working closely with them and legal and the sustainability teams to ensure that all the claims are truthful and substantiated. On the outside of a company, regulatory authorities and the marketing agencies and even citizens play a role in controlling greenwashing. So staying informed about regulations and best practices is crucial for marketers to avoid any unintentional greenwashing.
Okay. So how does an organization determine if their claims are greenwashing? Are there questions we can ask or one can ask?
Yes. There's actually 6 basic questions to follow. And easy to follow. Are your claims vague or overly broad? Are you using vague terms such as eco-friendly or green without defining them? Is there concrete evidence to support the claims? Are you using credible metrics or third-party certifications? Are their claims relevant to the product or service? The sustainability claims should directly relate to the product's life cycle, or the company's operations. Is the information accessible and transparent? Where can the consumers find the information? Is it on the website? Is it on the product labeling? Or do you publish reports? Are the sustainability initiatives substantial and ongoing? Highlight efforts that are continuous, not just one-off things that are done. And is there a risk of misleading imagery or language? Avoid using imagery or buzzwords that can mislead consumers about the product or the company's environmental impact. Be very clear.
Okay. So my last question on this, related to this blog, is how can AOE help?
Well, as you can see, greenwashing is a lot about misleading or just unclear communications. So that's where AOE comes in. AOE is an expert communicator, and we understand how to avoid greenwashing and the language that could be misunderstood. So AOE's service can ensure that your sustainability information is correctly communicated.
Okay. So moving on to the next blog that you wrote, Best Practices for Authentic Sustainability Marketing. My first question is, how does an organization begin sustainable marketing?
Well, to begin sustainable marketing practice, you need to educate both your team and your audience about sustainability. Informing and engaging everyone helps to build a knowledgeable community that supports and advocates for your initiatives.
Okay. So are there best practices an organization should follow?
Sure. There's some basic steps that should be followed. As we mentioned before, collaborate with third-party organizations for certifications and endorsements, and commit to transparent and regular sustainability reporting. Develop and communicate a long-term sustainability strategy. And lastly, involve diverse stakeholders in your efforts, which can include customers, employees, suppliers, community members. It's their input and engagement that can provide valuable insights and amplify your impact.
All right. So how does sustainability marketing differ from traditional marketing?
Effective sustainability marketing, it just goes beyond. It puts your audience first and brings in more diverse voices and gets very specific about your actions. It, and it's even better when you make it personal to your clients.
So how does social media play a role in sustainability marketing?
Social media marketing can be a very powerful tool to influence positive behavior change. One example is Starbucks. They had a campaign to reduce waste by encouraging customers to bring reusable cups. And it was a successful initiative. It promotes societal well-being. Um, and this type of thing creates conversations on social media around sustainability. They're saying on social media, do this, and people are engaging with them. So it promotes transparency and encourages conversation.
All right. So the last blog I want to touch on is sustainability marketing strategies. Is sustainability considered a buzzword?
Well, some may consider it a buzzword, but no, it's not. It's more than a buzzword. It's a crucial component of ethical marketing, and it resonates deeply with consumers. And also a younger generation, which looks to products that are sustainable. So for marketing professionals and brands committed to ethical practices, understanding the nuances of sustainable marketing and avoiding greenwashing is essential.
All right. So explain to our audience the importance of sustainability in marketing.
Marketing now plays a real pivotal role in promoting sustainability, with an increasing number of consumers demanding transparency and ethical practices and everything. Marketers must step up to the plate. They must promote this type of role in the products. So by integrating sustainability into your marketing efforts, you're meeting consumer expectations and doing some good by contributing to a better world.
So in your blog, you name a few examples of sustainable marketing. Can you tell us what those are?
I'll give you a couple of them. Patagonia, they've always been a great brand for sustainability, and they have had a "Don't Buy This Jacket" campaign, which encouraged consumers to think twice about purchasing and emphasized the importance of reducing waste. So, by promoting repair and reuse of their products, they cultivated a loyal customer base that values environmental responsibility. So rather than pushing buying, they're saying, think twice. Can you reuse this? Can you repair it? And then their customers are even more committed to them. Another one is Lego. They've committed to reducing their carbon footprint and it has invested in sustainable materials and renewable energy. They aim to make all their core products from sustainable materials by 2030, which is coming pretty fast.
Yeah.
So their efforts include using plant-based plastics and scaling up the production of wind power, which really signals a long-term commitment to sustainability.
All great examples. Thank you. Should an organization set clear commitments?
Yes, definitely. Um, they should set clear sustainability commitments and decarbonization targets. These should align with the brand's purpose, values, and long-term goals. Transparency in these objectives builds trust and credibility. And it's the effective internal communication of these, which is what is key.
Okay. So what about consistency? Tell us about that.
If you're going to be sustainable, you got to be consistent. You have to have a consistent, responsible lens across all your marketing activities, whether it's web, social platforms, email, events, advertising. This integrated approach ensures that every point aligns with your sustainability goals. You just can't have it on a label saying, yeah, we're sustainable. No, it has to be across everything.
No, I agree. So how can AOE help how can AOE help an organization effectively highlight their sustainable message?
Marketers are the key communicators of sustainability. At AOE, our job is to make sustainability relevant and relatable, as well as drive awareness and action. So talk to AOE and learn how we can highlight your company's sustainability message and ensure there's no greenwashing.
Awesome. Thank you, Kari, so much for taking the time to discuss these 3 amazing blogs that you wrote. For those of you listening in our audience, under our services page, we have sustainability communications. I highly suggest you check it out. To read these 3 blogs, you can definitely check that out on our resources tab under blog. They're all right there. And that's on our website at aoeteam.com. Thank you so much, Kari. Appreciate you joining me today.
Thanks, Janice. Nice talking to you.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this session provides value, and we hope you will join us for our next podcast.